Hey, what's up, guys? It's Wednesday again. As you guys know, that I recorded this on Saturday, and I've been drinking, and it's fine. You guys have been showing some love. I love all the love. It's my favorite thing, dude. I love the comments, dude. Everyone's just super cool and whatever. And, I'm laid back and whatnot. But yeah, dude. So I'm here today with a deck that's actually a trap deck, which I don't profile often, and I just thought I'd give it a go because I actually was playtesting this deck, and I was like, I just don't want to think when I play. So it's definitely a deck you can play when you're hammered, and it's very good. I played online with it Wednesday and Thursday this week. I've had it like backlogged or whatever. It's already been built, but I obviously tweaked it and then played with it, and I was like, wow, this deck's insane still. So I was like, cool, let's bring it to the channel. Without further ado, guys, the Amazement Subterror deck. You already know what Subterrors is, so. Hey, and down there, yeah, the Striker Dragon. The Striker Dragon actually has a role in this deck. But, got my homie Devin here with me. Excited. So, this actually, Subterrors was the last deck I played at locals before Rona hit and our locals shut down. And, huge fan of this deck. Obviously, it's just, it's a trap deck, so. But I actually do have a couple little things to show you with it. So obviously, 3 Guru. I think everyone knows what this card does. The card's just very insane. So for the Subterror lineup, just 3 Guru. I'm actually playing 2 Phoenix. So as for the 2 Phoenix, I actually was so tired of drawing this card without even having Hidden City or Guru or anything up that I was just like, I'm cutting one of these. So I ended up cutting it for Called by the Grave, which is in the main deck still. And this card does have, this card's insane, obviously, but it also has a couple other applications, including normal summoning and attacking a Erratic Seal before they bounce everything. Sick. Shout out to my boy Johnny. But, yeah, dude, this card's just very good. So this is my Subterror lineup. I do have honorable mentions after this, which do include some of the other Subterror cards. You'll be like, oh, dude, why don't you fucking bow? And the other monsters, 3 of the Arlecchino, Amazement. Dude, this card's absolutely nuts. So, this card, I almost feel like the more I play with it, I feel like it's like a bomb where it's like once you drop it, it's kind of a problem for the opponent. So, it's like multi-fake or whatever, but this card actually does more than just bounce a card. So, I'm going to explain what this card does. So, whenever you activate a trap card, it starts a new chain link trigger to summon itself, and then if your opponent summons a monster, normal or special, whatever, you can activate its effect to equip an Amazement trap from your deck to the monster your opponent's board. Obviously, the Amazement traps have effects. Also, on your turn, you can banish X amount of Amazement traps from your graveyard and pop that many cards. So not once per turn. It's not like Dark Arm Dragon where you have to banish one pop. It's all at the same time. So if you banish 3, you pop 3. So this card's just absolutely ridiculous. It's Psychic level 7. And then for the spells, like I mentioned, the Called by the Grave, I am playing Terraforming. These are the only one of them I'm playing for spells. And then obviously 3 Hidden City. This card's just ridiculous. So, and then 3 Amaze Time Ticket. This card's also ridiculous. I've posted an Amazement list on this channel before. And obviously I tested that deck, but I wasn't playing this card to its full potential. I was always just like, every time I saw it, I'd be like, oh, dude, activate, pay 800, search for fucking Arlecchino or whatever. But it has a second effect, obviously, on your opponent's turn. If you set it, it's a quick play. Pay 800 to set an Amazement trap from your deck to your spell and trap card zone, and it can be activated that turn, which is insane. This card's just fucking wild. And then, obviously, 3 extravagance. It's very cut and dry. I thought the Pot of Prosperity card was just kind of lackluster. In my opinion, I'm not a huge fan of that card. I just feel like, if you can play Extravagance to get the +1, you should. So, because we don't use the extra deck in this deck a whole lot at all. So, all right, and then for the traps, for the Amazement traps, this is essentially Book of Moon. If you equip it to an opponent's monster, you can activate it and flip them face down. The equip to an Amazement monster doesn't come up often, so it's not like a huge deal. And then to the Cyclo Coaster, this is the MST, essentially. This card's actually just nuts, but I think 3-2 is the correct ratio of this. Obviously, these cards do more than I'm stating right now, so you can read them later. But And then I am playing 3 strike and 3 solemn. Very standard. I mean, and then so I want to talk about this card for a second. So 3 crackdown. I've seen a lot of trap decks recently. Like there's been a couple trap decks, I guess, that have been playing or whatever, and they play like Compulse, and I just think Crackdown is a way better card than Compulse, because like there's been a couple, like depending on the matchup, like if you're playing against Dragon Link, right, and you Compulse Oral Savage, they'll just resummon it, or like the Chaos Ruler, they'll just resummon it. You know what I mean? Like it's just, there's no reason to put it back. You actually put it on your board. And if you're playing against like Dragon Link or whatever, I know people are like, that's not a fucking meta deck. Deck's still very live. You actually have an upper hand against that deck if you win the die roll, because you actually play Dragon Links in your extra deck. So, and then 3, just this card's just fucking disgusting. There can only be 1. I mean, there's not a whole lot to say about this card. So, and then obviously 3 Imperm. This will trigger Arlecchino. It's kind of like your multi-faker, and then 2 Dogmatic Punishment. So I actually was playing 3 of these. I wasn't a huge fan. There was a couple hands I would draw 2, and I was like, this is, I'd rather have like a multitude of traps where it's like, oh, 1 strike, 1 crackdown, or double crackdown, or you know what I mean. I never wanted to see 2 of these in the hand, so I was like, this card's insane. But and then the last card is the Subterror Final Battle. This card low-key is just insane, but also bad at the same time. I also draw it often. You're supposed to search it, obviously, but the 4 effects with it is just, insane. Like, you'll never not play this. The deck used to play 2 of it when I played it last time before COVID hit, and it was insane then, but now with the Amazement stuff, you want to make room, you only need 1 of it for sure. So for the extra deck, sip this and smoke this. Alright, for the extra deck, so you have a couple Link 1s in here. Striker Dragon. So the thing about this deck, I'm going to go through the Link 1s real quick before I explain it. So 1 Striker Dragon, 1 Pisty, and then 2 of the Animas. So Fiendus is a level 1, so you can make Anima. This card's just very good for when your opponent's playing sloppy, or like if they put Golden Lord in the wrong column, you can take it to turn the traps off. The Pisty or whatever, like I mentioned, you can actually, you can take like their Savage or whatever, and like you can actually, I play Seals and stuff, so this card actually does come up to bring back the Guru. Same with this, it's like if you had a Guru on the field turn prior, you can flip it, get the search for the Fiendish, you can make Striker Dragon on some of the Fiendish, turn it face down to summon back the Guru to make Seals, then use the field spell to flip the Fiendish up, and then when you do use the Seal to bounce a card, it'll summon a Guru from the deck, which will then give Fiendish a negate. So it's just very nice. And then for the Link 2s, 2 of these, 2 Cerberus. I'm actually not playing Phoenix. I actually was testing Phoenix. Obviously, Phoenix is insane, but it didn't really come up because you're not super aggro with this deck. You're just kind of like Arlecchino, Guru push. You know what I mean? Every turn, you just control the game. There's no reason to fucking be like Phoenix, pop it back, unless it's like super insane. But obviously, I'm playing a Strap, so you could probably play 1-1 if you wanted to. I just felt like this card was more, it was better for the time. So, and then one of the fucking Earth, whatever this card is. This card's actually really good. I've only made it a couple times, and it was just to make Unicorn. Actually, I lied. There was one time I made it to make to bring back a Bell, and I already had Arlecchino up, and then I made a Savage. No, I'm sorry, I had 2 Arlecchinos up, and I made not a Savage, a Whirl Sword, and then, so, card's insane. And then obviously, like I mentioned, the last Link 2 is the Seal. The card's insane. For the Link 3s, the Unicorn and the BLS is obviously. So, obviously, also, just to mention, Arlecchino is level 7, so it makes it easier to go into the BLS. So, and then the Whirl Sword, like I talked about, and the Appaloosa. Appaloosa almost never gets summoned. It could be access if you wanted to, but I feel like if you're going that in depth on the game, then access should be like, I don't know. I feel like Whirl Sword is just better in this deck than Access Code, because I mean you're still playing Extravagance, and if they don't, you don't need your extra deck at all, really. But you know what I'm saying. So, and the last 3 cards are just the Entis for the Dogmatic Punishment. So there is one thing. I'm going to show you my my honorable mentions real quick. So these would be the fusions that I played. I am playing. Sorry. Honorable mentioning the wow, the Nibiru. Oh fuck. The Super Poly. So with this. And then obviously the third relinquished anima. You don't have to play this. Obviously, it's not really that important. And then for the Subterror cards that I was talking about mentioning. Obviously, the 3 Fiendish if you want to play 3. I just was so tired of fucking drawing multiples of these with no Gurus. These 2 are insane regardless. Obviously, this is level 7, you get the BLS link. I really like both of these. I just felt like the Arlecchino was just a better card. Like when you put the Amazement stuff in. If you're playing pure Guru, you should definitely be playing both of these. This card is insane. So is this. If you're playing the pure Subterror. And then also, the only hand trap I would probably main deck is probably the D-Shifter. I think this card, this card just ends turns. You don't even have to fucking think about it. Like, and then I'm gonna actually come back to this one. So, obviously 3 Nibiru. I have a theory with this deck where I actually, before COVID, like I said, I was playing this deck. And I sided a bunch of hand traps. So, like, when I knew I was going second, I would side out, like, probably 80% of the traps for the hand traps, and then the hand traps became the traps. You know what I mean? Like, people know what that is. It's not like oh wow, Sonny, you broke it, you broke the format, and like everyone knows how to side deck. Like, and then I'm actually gonna keep these for last because I want to talk about these for a second. But obviously the summon limit. I was maining this. I was tired of losing the die roll. This card's just dead if you go second. So. Also, like I said, if you play pure Subterrors, play the second final battle. Same with the Dogmatic Punishment. Also, pure order. People probably be like, dude, where's the order at? I played far too many spells to play this card. Like, I played fucking 11 spells in a 42 card deck, I think. There's just, you don't need this. Like, if you knew you were going first, yes, you would sign this. Also, the Eradicator Epidemic Virus. This is kind of just one of those cards that's just very niche for Arlecchino. He's 26, so you can Eradicator him. If you're playing against, like, this card's very bad against Eldest because you just rip all their traps and they just reset them anyways. And then it's very good against Striker. You know what I mean? Just a keynote. And then the last card. So I actually was thinking about playing Torrential, but I think Needle Sealing is just a far better card in this deck. Mainly because, like, if you have the Guru face down, it still counts as a monster, and then when they make 3 monsters to, like, unicorn the Guru back in the deck, you're just like, Needle Sealing, see you later, my Guru's still here. It's just very, very simple. You don't want to lose board presence by playing, like, Torrential or something in this deck. You know what I mean? So, and then the last cards I do want to talk about that I think I would actually base this deck on. I know I said I would main the D-Shift or whatever, but so 3 Phantasme with 3 Dragon's Bind. So what this card does is it's the only reason this isn't in the main deck is because these 2 contradict each other. This card's only on the board if you're going second. This card's only good if you're going first. But also this card, it just targets a dragon monster with 2,500 or less attack, and your opponent, neither player can special monsters with that attack or less. So it's very good. There's also hands where, like, you can actually side, both these in if you know you're going first and just hold the Phantasme. And when you hold the Phantasme, they think it's an Arlecchino if they played the game 1 correctly. And then when they start playing, you fucking Phantasme them, and then you Dragon's Bind, targeting the Phantasme, and then neither player can special summon anything less than Phantasme's attack. So, like, they can't, like, Phoenix this, they can't, you know what I mean? But obviously Guru is a dragon, so you can use this with Guru. It's very just kind of like a strategic way to play this deck. I'm all about mind games with this deck. So yeah, so that's just kind of my take on the deck. I hope you enjoyed it. Cheers.